Hello all, Jamie Rogers here for Craftmania today to give you a few more ideas on our last minute Christmas ideas campaign really. So basically throughout November we are updating you with different ideas most days to help you with your crafty mojo on the run up to Christmas because it's fast approaching. And today I've got a really quick card to share with you. Hopefully just to give you a little bit of inspiration how you could really make batch cards very quickly, whether you're selling them or you're handing them out. It's just a nice, quick, simple card to work with. So what we're looking at is one of our portrait collection. Now, if you haven't seen these, Sue Wilson has brought out several of these throughout the year. This is obviously our lovely frosty Snowflake Christmas version. There's also a really nice autumnal one and a nice spring summer one and a lovely one with butterflies on. They're all available on the website. So if you haven't seen them before, do go and have a little look. But we're going to be playing around with this one for today's video. Now what I thought might be nice is if you had a little scan over the cards. Pete's going to show you a few of the other cards and you're going to get to see a few times where this lovely portrait has actually been used. You're going to get to see some where I've backed it with mirror cards, some where I've paper pieced them, some we've added in glitter, some of them have got aurora flakes behind them. Just a few ideas on what you could be doing with this die once you can see how easy it is to work with. Now, all of the items we're going to be looking at on today's video are available on the Craftmania website, and you can pop yourself on there and have a little look through. Now, the one you want is www.craftmaniacraft.com. All of the items that I'm going to be sharing with you on today's video pretty much will be under one section. So if you go onto the As Seen on TV tab and click that, a menu will fall down from it. And the section you want to go to is November-YouTube I always forget this, sorry. Last minute Christmas ideas, and there's a whole page there filled full of all of the Sue Wilson dies, most of the woodware stamps, designer boutique stamps, different bits like that you're going to be seeing on the videos on our run through November, and most of them are on some form of special offer. So if you are running a bit behind on your Christmas ideas, or you want to get ahead for next year, do go check out that section. Now, we're going to cut this out for you because I like you to see how these actually work, because Sue has designed these in such a clever way and I think it's good to share with you. So I'm going to use our new machine actually. Now, if you haven't seen this, we've done a YouTube video showing you all of the latest tools to arrive at Craftmania, because we've had new scoreboards, new machines, new stamping presses, all different bits arrive, and this is our new machine and I'm loving this. It's A5 in size. It actually has a magnetic plate to it, so you don't have to worry about where you're popping your dies. You don't have to worry about taping them in place, because of obviously the magnet is going to keep your die in place basically. It's also quite an inexpensive machine. We're going to run this back because it's quite a delicate die and easy, plus it's easier for me to get to. But the actual machine itself comes with all the plates you need to be using it with different brands of dies and different embossing folders. The machine should be $79.99, but at the moment we have them on offer for just $67.99, and that of course includes your free U.K P&P. So if you are looking for a Christmas present, might be something you want to hint at a loved one to grab you, or of course have a little chat with Father Christmas. Now once it's gone through, we can just pull our die off, and as we can see, everything has been cut neatly for us. Now Sue has designed these that they're actually going to stay in your cardstock, so we can pop all of these bits out, but to be honest it's just going to make a big mess on my table, which I'm then inevitably just going to sleep on the floor. So we're going to pop that to one side and we're going to have a little look at the one I've already cut. Now this one I've actually cut into a card blank. So I've literally just taken an A3 piece of card and I've cut it down so I could put the die on the front here. And as you can see, they make really lovely apertures. So if you wanted to, you could put a piece of card on the inside here of your actual card as your insert, and then the light will shine through. You could pop a piece of vellum behind this if you wanted to, and pop it into maybe like a 3D box or even a tent style card like this, and put one of them little battery operated candles behind it, which would light up your portrait, which would be quite nice. If you're lucky enough to receive all four of them, if you do at any point order all four of the different designs of the portraits, I think these could be really nice for making calendars with, because you've got one for each set of the seasons, so that could be quite a nice idea. Or if not, just different scrapbook pages, bits like that could be good fun. So I'm going to use my Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear Glue, and we're going to pop a bit of this out onto my hand so that we can run our die cut across this and get a good coverage of glue. You can also use a product that we stock called Sticky Specs, which are sheets of ultra fine glue dots. We've got them on the website, and there is actually a video on YouTube showing you how to use them, and they have featured in a couple of these videos. But for this one, we're going to go for some good old-fashioned dries clear glue to cover the actual back of the head here. So I'm just going to pad that across, and then we're going to go in around the edges and add a bit more glue, just to give a good coverage. Now I've gone for a piece of our felt mark card to go on the back of this, but mirror card could look lovely, a self-adhesive sheet possibly, and then you could pop some glitter through on this, or our lovely Aurora flakes. You're going to see that on a couple of the samples as well. Might look quite nice. And we're going to flatten that down, and as we can see, that's adhered really nicely. Now on the card in question that we're aiming for today, you can see that I've done this in a lovely silver shade of glitter to add a bit more of a highlight to this. But I thought it might be fun to show you the penny copper version of the Glitter Kiss. So if you've not seen these, Glitter Kiss are incredible actually. Glitter Kiss is basically glitter suspended in a glue suspension in a little jar, and in the top of them we have your applicator. So you can literally pop the applicator out and it's ready to go and ready to use with your Glitter Kiss. Now you can, if you want to hook this out with a paintbrush, mix it with some water and go and paint with it if you want to. You could also use it with a stencil brush, which is quite nice. So if you wish to, we could go in and take out a bit on the tip of a stencil brush. I'm just going to find a piece of card here to take off a bit of my excess on actually. But we could go in, take that off, and then we could go in and highlight areas if you wanted to be more precise with just your brush, if you wish to go quite subtle or work in smaller areas. Or if you prefer, you can use the applicator. Now, when it comes to the applicator, I like to build up a little ramp on the side of the jar here, just so you've got a small covering on the end of the applicator. It's one of the things you can always go back and add more. You can't really take it away. And we're literally just going to pounce with this and work in our colours and just go over this. Now, obviously, the copper is a bit more brighter and harsher than the gold would be or the silver would be, but there's literally, I think there's about 30 colours, there might even be more of that actually, in the Glitter Kiss section on the website. So really, you could pick a colour that suits. You can also use these to build up bigger areas too. So if you wish to colour all of your card, I'll show you in a second how we can do that actually, because it's nice for you to know. And of course you can make this quite heavy or as light as you wish to. Quite like this with the autumnal idea, because of the copper's going to go in and give you that really nice autumny feel. So if you don't like the idea of copper for Christmas, we could certainly go in and do it for your autumnal cards with our lovely autumn portrait instead. But just go on, add as much or as little as you want to. I'm going quite heavy for this one because I quite like the copper, just to give you an idea. But it's up to you, be as heavy or as light as you want to. We're not actually going to use this one, so it doesn't make too much of a difference how this one ends up. And then talking about when we actually want to cover a whole area, so you've got the idea of how else you could use your Glitter Kiss, we can actually literally cover a whole sheet with this. So if you don't like buying glitter card, or you don't like the way that glitter card sometimes sheds, I'm just going to grab a piece of paper and we'll talk a little bit about this. And I'll show you a couple of stages of this. I haven't got a heat gun actually, so and I don't want to wait for it to dry, but we can talk you through it so you know how it works. Build up your little ramp again, pick the area of the card you wish to work with, and slide the product over the top of your card, all in one direction. Now, as you do this, it's not going to give you the full-on coverage that you might receive from other cosmic shimmer products that come in these little jars, like metallic polish or matte chalk polish or opal polish. It's going to be a little less solid to begin with, but literally go across it until you've covered the area that you wish to cover, and then twist your card 90 degrees and then go across it that direction. So we're going to go across it this way now. And what you'll find is as the glue dries, which the glitter is suspended in, it will sort of start to attract the glitter as you go across it in other directions, and it will build up your layers. So once you've worked across it in all one direction, then you can twist it again, and you can go across it again 90 degrees, doing your strokes across as such. Now, once you've done this probably 3 times, maybe 4 times, you may find that the glitter is a bit wet and you start just moving the product around. That's a good time to stop. or if not, heat it with a heat gun. Leave it to dry, let the moisture go from it so it doesn't feel tacky or wet. Let it dry. It'll take a minute or two, but once it's gone to being dry, then carry on again and go across it a couple more times. This isn't too bad actually, we're not moving too much at this stage, but you can go across it in the opposite direction again, do all of your lines and then twist it once more, and it basically will give you a full-on effect. So by about twist 6 with a little dry time in the middle, you should end up with really full-on glitter card. As you can see, we're virtually there with this one already without even leaving it to dry. You can, if you don't like that idea, you can take it, use your applicator again and sort of just pounce it into your area. Again, leaving it to dry between levels and building them up. Sue Wilson also does a lovely technique with this where she hooks it out, puts it down like a texture paste and uses the tip of her finger. She'll sort of go across it in lines with using a palette knife. And then once she's covered an area and she's happy with it, she'll then use the tip of her finger to go through and smooth it out to make it look like full-on glitter card. Play about with it, see how you get on. It's just a really lovely product to work with. And one of our best sellers in this here at Craftmania is our Frosty Sparkle version, which is just like an iridescent white version, which is perfect for Christmas cards. Would actually be really nice on the top here if you didn't want to use the silver or the copper or the gold. But as I say, there is about 30 shades, I believe. So lots of options for you to play around with. I'll just get rid of that for the moment. Clean off my hands slightly from the copper. We'll get that out of the way for a second, and we're going to bring in this one because this is one that I've done in the silver already, and I've then gone ahead and I've added a little frame on the top here using one of our double stitched frames from Sue Wilson once again. And then we're going to bring in, for our corners, we're going to bring in these lovely twin holly swirls. Now once again, I've die cut this out of the same blue as which we've got behind our die cut and across our frame, and I've gone over the top of these for the card with our lovely silver glitter kiss once again to just match them in slightly. Now these work really well because if you've got sort of a left and right version of this, you can actually bring them in and hook the end of the sort of swirls together and turn them into quite a corner element quite easily and make up frames with them or borders with them if you want to. They don't have to be as a corner, you could turn them into just a border element if you wish, but they're just really delicate. There's also a nice place for you to go in and add your berries if you wish to, but we're just going to take some Cosmic Shimmer glue. Oh actually, I'm lying to you, I've got foam pads on the back of these already. Here we go, we'll take them off and we'll pop that on the corner. So we're going to go for this one here and pop that up there, pop this up there we go. Now these leaves, or the holly leaves, are really nice for adding a bit of dimension as well, so if you want to go in and form them, it's quite a nice time to give them a bit of a shape and a bit of dimension. And then we're going to do exactly the same for the other side too. So we're going to take the other two of our holly leaves, we're going to join them together as we just did the last one by interlocking the bits at the bottom there, and we're going to bring them down on this side of our card. So as you can see, this has actually been a really, really quick, simple card to make. And I know I've said this on a couple of our little last minute inspiration videos, but sometimes you have cards for people at Christmas that you don't really want to make. You don't want to put too much effort into them, but yet you want to make them a card. And or you feel you've got to. We all have them, but let's not lie about it. And most people have got somebody somewhere, whether it's your hairdresser, your postman, somebody, or a teacher at school for one of your children, or you know, whoever that you want to make a handmade card for, but you don't really want to put the most effort into it. This is a really good die set for you to be working with. Your lovely portrait is going to cut out, it's going to look lovely in whatever colours you're working with. It's going to take more techniques on it if you want to. So if we look to a couple of the other samples like this one, if you do want to put in more effort, nothing wrong with that. This one will work for you in that format too. So like this card, for instance, I've stuck a self-adhesive sheet behind it. I've put a lovely antique copper card in for a lovely lady's hair. Mirror card going in for the snowflakes, obviously. A white piece of card that I've actually torn. This is the waste, obviously, that's fell out for all of these components. And I've torn it across the bottom here so we could give her her lovely face element going in. And then instead across the bottom, instead of keeping it too white, I didn't want it too solid white, I've sprinkled on some glitter instead, just some of our silver glitter bits glitter to give her body a silvery shimmer to it. That's one way you could use it. On one of our cards over on the end here that Pete will take you to, I've actually suspended it over a sheet of our Aurora flakes behind her instead, which gives you a very different effect. Another one down here that Pete will bring you over to. This one I've cut her out of antique copper, and then I've actually embossed the panel that she's been cut out of to give it more texture, and I've put it over a piece of silver mirror card, and I've gone over with the copper glitter kiss like we did on our one to show you how you could tone in that silver to match in with the antique copper of the card, which is quite a nice way to use it. And then there's also another one just at the end there as well that you can have a little look at, just showing you a few different techniques. On another one of the videos that is going to be coming your way, might have already also been uploaded, so do have a little look through the ones that have already come before this one. We're also going to be playing with our lovely Endless Options Snowflake borders, and this time we've just put them at the top and the bottom of our lovely Snowflake portrait, which really does finish that off nicely and match in. So lots of ways you're going to be able to bring different components together to make your cards with this set. So hopefully that helps you with just a really quick and simple card. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments and I'll do my very best to answer them. If any of the bits you've seen on this very short video you would like to order, as I mentioned at the beginning, you can pop on to our Craftmania Crafts website, which is www.craftmaniacrafts.com, and find the section under the As Seen on TV. You're heading for the one which is called November-YouTube-Last Minute Christmas Ideas, and all of the bits we've been talking about pretty much will be in there. Most of them are on special offer. So you can order online if you wish to, or if you prefer you can order via phone. Just give us a ring between 9 AM and 7 PM on 01403 843 666, and that's 7 days a week. Daphne will be there to answer your questions and place your orders for you. That's no problem. How our shipping works: if you live within the UK and you spend over £5, your P&P is completely free. If you wish to shop with us, internationally, that's not a problem. Your P&P is capped at £10, and it's ever so simple. We will actually try and find you the cheapest price we can to ship your order to you. If it costs more than £10 here at Craftmania, we will actually pay the difference for you. If it's less than £10, we will actually refund it for you. So in complete honesty, the average parcel costs about £24. Takes about 2 weeks to reach you, normally, depending where you are, and obviously it means you pay 10 and we will pay the rest for you to try and keep it as cheap as we possibly can for you. Now, the last thing before I leave you is just to remind you that throughout November we do have an offer going on our website, whereby if you spend £10 you're going to receive a free die that's normally worth £8.99. It's changing throughout the month. I've been showing you the die in a few of the videos, but to be honest with you, they're running out so quickly I can't even guarantee there will be any left by the point this video has been launched. But do pop on the website. If there is one still available, it will come up on the front page and show you the current design that we'll be giving away. As I say, it is changing all of the time. If you've had one of the previous designs, you're more than welcome to spend your £10 again and receive the next free die. But once you've received that die, we won't send you multiples of it. It is limited to one per household. But we are more than happy for you to build up the collection of free dies throughout the month. So if it's not a design you've had, we will pop it in your parcel for you. No need for comments or questions or coupons or anything like that. It will just go straight in your order for you, and is a little bonus from us to you to say thank you, to be honest, for your support. So thank you very much for watching today's video. Please do watch out for the next video because I'm sure it won't be far away. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.